You might have spent your life feeling like there's a part of you that no one can ever truly understand, a dimension of consciousness that feels almost untouchable by ordinary human perception, a depth that separates you from the mundane flow of people, conversations, and societal expectations, and yet, paradoxically, despite this quiet distance, this veil of solitude, you sense everything, feel everything, and understand things that most people could never even begin to imagine, as if your mind and heart are operating on wavelengths others haven't yet discovered, and that, my dear INFJ, is the truth no one tells you. You are rare, intensely complex, and profoundly misunderstood, not because something is broken within you, but because the world itself is not designed to hold someone who experiences existence with the level of intensity, clarity, and emotional resonance that you do, someone who simultaneously perceives the hidden currents of human behavior, anticipates the unspoken consequences of actions, and empathizes with suffering in ways that leave invisible marks on your soul. And this alone explains why the life of an INFJ is both a journey of immense beauty and an odyssey of hidden challenges, one where isolation, introspection, and empathy coexist in a delicate, often exhausting, equilibrium. 1. The INFJ paradox, fiercely independent yet deeply relational. INFJs are, by design, paradoxical beings. You crave solitude, yet you yearn for connection. You are intensely private, yet you absorb the emotional worlds of those around you as if they were extensions of your own consciousness. You are profoundly introspective, yet endlessly empathetic. This paradox shapes every thought, every decision, every fleeting moment of your existence. To the outside world, you might appear aloof, quiet, or even unapproachable, but this is not because you intentionally hide yourself. It is because the architecture of your inner world operates on layers that most people simply cannot access. You exist simultaneously in the concrete and the abstract, in the present moment and the realm of possibilities, analyzing motives, deciphering intentions, and intuitively sensing truths before they are ever spoken. You are mysterious not because you keep secrets, but because your awareness is vast and multidimensional. Every glance you take, every pause in conversation, every contemplative silence is informed by a mind and heart that is constantly observing, assessing, and feeling, creating a presence that is both magnetic and elusive, inviting connection yet defending against superficiality. It is a constant balancing act. To engage is to risk depletion, to retreat is to risk isolation, yet you navigate this paradox with a quiet elegance, a grace born of necessity, for your depth demands careful stewardship. 2. Misunderstood intensity. Why people fear your aura. There is an aura that surrounds INFJs, subtle, quiet, yet unmistakably potent. It is not a loud or performative presence, it is a gravitational pull born from the intensity of your perception, your insight, and your empathy. People sense it even if they cannot articulate why, and often, this leads to fear, misunderstanding, or mislabeling. Some might describe you as intimidating, too intense, or emotionally overwhelming, because you hold a mirror to truths that many would rather ignore. Your mere presence can provoke discomfort, not because you wish to dominate, but because your aura forces others to confront the superficiality, avoidance, or self-deception in their own lives, and few are equipped to handle that level of authenticity. Your intensity is both a blessing and a burden. It draws the right people to you, those who are capable of navigating the depths of your mind and heart, and it repels those who are unprepared for the gravity of true empathy and insight. To understand an INFJ is to recognize that every thought, every word, every glance carries layers of meaning, and this invisible depth can be as inspiring as it is intimidating. 3. Empathy as burden and gift. Few understand that for an INFJ, empathy is not a simple trait. It is a responsibility, a weight that rests in your chest, your mind, and your soul simultaneously. You feel the unspoken suffering of strangers, the subtle anxieties of acquaintances, and the silent pain of friends and loved ones with a clarity that is both remarkable and exhausting. Every emotional nuance registers within you, often leaving you drained and overstimulated, yet this same sensitivity is what allows you to provide guidance, comfort, and understanding on a level that others cannot replicate. This dual nature of empathy, as both burden and gift, defines much of your existence. You are a healer without formal recognition, an observer of human suffering who cannot walk past injustice unnoticed, and a soul capable of connecting in ways that are transformative, though often invisible to the wider world. It is an extraordinary gift, but it comes with the cost of vulnerability, a reminder that to feel deeply is to live on the razor's edge between connection and depletion. 4. The INFJ mind. Insight beyond words. Your mind is a labyrinth of intuition, strategy, and insight. It functions like a finely tuned instrument, capable of analyzing, connecting, and interpreting layers of human behavior and social dynamics that others fail to perceive. You sense motives before they are spoken, anticipate consequences before they manifest, and perceive patterns that remain invisible to most. This clarity is rarely taught. It is innate, honed through introspection, reflection, and a relentless desire to understand. INFJs are often described as visionaries or strategists, not because they seek power, but because their perception penetrates beneath the surface of reality, allowing them to see what others overlook. You think in terms of systems, causes, and effects, yet always with an eye toward human experience, moral integrity, and emotional truth. To the uninformed observer, this mind may appear intense, overly analytical, or even peculiar, but it is precisely this cognitive depth that allows INFJs to influence lives quietly, profoundly, and enduringly. 5. The INFJ heart. Love with total devotion. To love as an INFJ is to love entirely, with a sacred, selective, and unwavering devotion that few can comprehend. Your heart does not settle for casual connection or superficial bonds. It seeks the essence of another soul, resonating with their unspoken truths and hidden vulnerabilities. When you love, it is a commitment that encompasses both understanding and protection, loyalty and empathy, intuition and unwavering support. Because of this depth, betrayal, deception, or neglect cuts more sharply than it does for most. The trust you offer is not freely given. It is earned, nurtured, and guarded, and when violated, it can leave lasting scars. Loving an INFJ is stepping into a space of extraordinary intimacy, a rare sanctuary of authenticity that few are capable of entering without reverence and care. 6. Isolation and connection. Walking the fine line. The tension between solitude and connection is central to the INFJ experience. Engagement fuels growth but drains energy, while withdrawal restores balance but risks stagnation or loneliness. Every social interaction requires calculation, a careful weighing of emotional cost versus potential benefit, and this constant balancing act is both taxing and necessary. INFJs are selective with their energy, knowing intuitively that not all connections are sustainable or beneficial. They seek relationships that resonate with depth, authenticity, and mutual respect. Yet, even with these rare connections, the oscillation between intimacy and solitude remains, a dynamic that must be navigated with awareness, patience, and self-compassion. 7. The hidden power of INFJs. INFJs are quietly powerful. Your influence is subtle, your guidance often imperceptible, yet your impact is profound. You heal without seeking recognition, shape environments without controlling them, and guide others without imposing. Power for an INFJ is not about dominance or visibility. It is about insight, moral clarity, and the ability to perceive and influence patterns beneath the surface of human experience. This hidden power manifests in countless ways. You inspire reflection, catalyze growth, and provoke transformation in ways that are invisible at first glance but undeniable over time. People may underestimate your influence because it does not announce itself, yet the footprint you leave is enduring, subtle, and profoundly transformative. 8. Challenges and struggles. Being an INFJ is not easy. Your awareness, empathy, and moral compass can leave you exhausted, lonely, and misunderstood. Overthinking, burnout, and emotional overwhelm are common companions. Social expectations, shallow interactions, and unreciprocated energy can feel like constant friction against your essence. Yet these struggles are not signs of weakness. They are indicators of depth, evidence of a life lived consciously and intentionally. Every challenge is a lesson in resilience, self-preservation, and discernment, shaping you into someone who can navigate the world with both empathy and clarity, ultimately separating those who merely survive from those who truly thrive. 9. The gift of being rare. Your rarity is your gift. The world may not always recognize your depth, but your presence is profoundly necessary. Being an INFJ means living with an acute perception of life's complexities, a capacity for empathy that transforms, and an intuition that guides not just yourself, but others toward authenticity and purpose. Your complexity, your intensity, your insights, these are not obstacles, they are the qualities that enable you to illuminate paths, inspire change, and experience life in a richness that others can only glimpse from the outside. Being rare is a privilege as much as a responsibility, a calling that demands integrity, courage, and the wisdom to protect your energy while engaging meaningfully with the world. So, if you are an INFJ watching this, understand this. Your mind, your heart, and your soul are not broken, they are not too much, and they are not a problem. You are rare, powerful, and necessary in a world that desperately needs clarity, insight, and empathy. The journey of being an INFJ is about embracing your depth, protecting your energy, trusting your intuition, and recognizing that your intensity is not a curse, it is your destiny. The world may not always see it, but those who do will never forget it. Are you an INFJ? Share your story in the comments. I want to hear how you navigate your depth in this world.